just going to be a basic show about educating people about their skin, hair, and nails. So let's begin. How should I look after my skin in my 20s?
The 20s is all about prevention because your skin is in pretty good shape, but you want to keep it that way. And the main thing to prevent is sun damage. So it's all about sun protection, sun avoidance, but using a really good sunscreen. Other things, I mean, if you're prone to acne, there's special ways that you would look after your skin. And of course, you want to maintain your general health because your skin will reflect your general health. So sleep well, eat well, exercise.
So what's the common mistake that most people make with their sun protection?
They don't use enough. They think they don't need it unless it's bright, sunny, and July. And they think 30 is a big number. And what they don't realize is you only get about a third of the number on the bottle because the way a sunscreen, the number on the sunscreen, it's a government standard. It's done the same around the world. They apply it in a thick layer like mayonnaise on the plate to test it. So if that's not the way you put it on, and that isn't the way you put it on, you're not getting the number on the bottle. They've done that study. They hand people sunscreen. They say apply generously, and then they measure what they've done, and they've got about a third. So if you're applying a 30, you're getting a 10. So keep that in mind. You still need the hat and, to stay out of the bright sunlight, seek shade.
So what number do we actually need to use? Because you see stuff that are, SPF 5, SPF 100. And, everybody hears so many different stories about it. But what do we need to protect our skin, especially our face?
Yeah, I recommend a 60 because a 60, so that's really a 20. And the difference between a 10, which is what you get from applying a 30, and a 20, which is what you get from applying a 60, that's the steep part of the curve. So there is a big difference. And usually this success is that you're not tanning. So if you're applying your sunscreen generously, but you're still getting a tan, then that doesn't cut it. You've got to be reapplying it. You've got to be in the shade more. You've got to use your hat more. Conversely, if you are using a 30 and your skin is lily white with no trace of a tan, it's working.
So
clearly not out much.
We talked about prevention in your 20s. Now, how do I change my skincare as I go into menopause?
So your skin will definitely be drier in menopause. And that's something that people don't necessarily make an adjustment for because they have a routine. This is the things they've always done. This is the cleanser they've always used. And then their skin is drying out and they're kind of puzzled. And so when you see that your skin is drier, you have to make those adjustments. Like you cleanse less often, you use a gentler cleanser and a lot more moisturizer and richer moisturizer.
So other than your skin drying out, what else happens to it as your skin ages?
So there's a whole process. I mean, when you look at somebody's face and you see that they're older, the things you're seeing, there's loss of bone support. There's volume loss. So that's where, people put a bit of filler in to restore that volume loss. There's loss of skin elasticity. Now, part of that is related to sun damage because the sun damages the elastic fibers. You get something called solar elastosis, where those thin fibrils that are supposed to be supporting your skin and giving you good elasticity, they go sproing and they're just useless little balls of elastin. Your skin gets thinner. Part of that is also sun damage, and the vessels are not as well supported. So people who are older may even notice that they're getting like a little bruise from nothing, that, it takes almost nothing to bruise. And it's because the vessels are not supported because the skin is thinner.
Okay, so when we come back, we're going to talk more about skin, and then we're going to cover hair and nails and other things as well. So please don't go away. We will be back with more of Dr. Curtis in a few moments. Thank you.